Vines? Tarzan?
Yeah.
Tarzan does great vines?
Yeah. Just thought of that. Just wrote it.
Right, that's boom.
What would you guys change about Toronto comedy as an industry?
Oh, if we can get rid of the women. No.
What if we can get paid more?
Yeah? Is that what's happening?
I don't know.
What do you think it is?
Yeah.
More comedy clubs. How about that?
What?
Just
There's
more
More
tons
than
now.
just two.
I just think if I could change one thing about comedy in Toronto, more general interest, more people, more awareness to people that are out there.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, because comedy, stand-up is such a, it's still an underground thing, right? It's not, it's always never been mainstream. It's always underground until somebody breaks it into the movies or becomes a higher level, or it gets naked. And,
I think it's a choice. No, I think it's well, I'm hoping this show will help it be more of an entertainment
everything
choice.
will help. Everything,
Yeah.
of course, yes.
Yeah.
Still get, but you ever do shows? I still get shows where after the club people come up and go, "This is my first time ever at a comedy club."
Oh my
I'm like,
goodness.
oh my god, it's 2015. What is happening?
Seriously?
What are you doing? Yeah, all the time. I've never been to a live comedy show before. I'm
Oh
like,
my
"What?"
goodness.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
And they're like, "It's really fun." I'm like, "Yes, it's
Yes.
amazing."
People don't know they're happening. I don't know.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they don't know. There's definitely people that go out to comedy clubs, but there's so many more that don't go out to comedy clubs.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why. A night in a comedy club for $15, you're gonna laugh more than any movie on the TV.
Oh
You know what?
yeah, you'll laugh 1,000 times more than if you go to a
Here-
comedy movie.
I hate to say this, and I got to throw it out there, but do you think the comics, we as an industry, do it to ourselves? Because I had my girlfriend say to me, "Oh, I would have brought so and so, but she doesn't like crude, and that's why we didn't go to the comedy club that night." Because they're worried that it's going to be so dirty that it'll make them uncomfortable.
I think that's society thinking that all comedy's dirty.
Mm.
And those are the same people that are like
That sounds like a shitty friend.
that. Like they think they have to heckle.
Sounds like a shitty friend.
Yeah,
It sounds like
a shitty
somebody that's not smart to get jokes.
Who wants to hang out with that person?
But don't you agree that sometimes some spoil the kettle for everybody else?
Yeah, but I
possible.
think if you have an open enough mind, you realize that that's just one person. It doesn't represent the whole.
I know, you're
I
right.
think when
you're
you go
right.
to a comedy club, like some people are looking to be offended. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yes,
some people
yeah,
want to be
that's
like they just can't wait to be offended so they get something to bitch about.
Yeah.
But whereas if people just embraced it and went in with an open mind, nobody goes into an art exhibit looking to be offended. You know?
I was at Yuck's on Saturday. Were you there? But there was this middle-aged woman and her like older husband, and Tim Rabbitt was on stage, and everything he said, she like stared at him to see if he was laughing at it. It was I've never seen this before. Like Tim would say something, and she'd be like,
That's
like
so
staring
weird.
like an inch away from his face. Like,
Oh, that's tough.
Like,
he's
like
like
her husband, you mean?
yeah, and he's like trying to have a good time, but she's like,
Oh,
Not
that's
around me,
staring
you're
at
not. You
oh, it was
make
so
sure you're miserable
uncomfortable.
all the time, even in a comedy club,
That's
you
a whole-
bastard.
That's a whole
It
other
happens
show
all the
though, about
time.
women
Yeah,
being
it is.
offended and
Like, you find that
unsafe
funny?
words
I hate
now,
that.
and just it's crazy.
Well, what are unsafe words? What would you guys
Well,
not
trigger
say?
words.
Okay, what are
Trigger
trigger words?
trigger words.
Like rape.
Yeah, that could be one.
That is definitely, that could be one. It's definitely one.
Pedophilia?
Even the word retard.
Yeah.
People,
You can't say retard.
or retarded. No, unless
Okay.
you're using it in proper form.
You know what I
But
stopped?
I stopped saying certain words. I stopped saying.
I stopped
Yeah.
saying the phrase "you people," even if it's not in the terms of like saying something like controversial. But if you're like, "Oh, what do you people think?" You say "you people," and you can feel the crowd go like,
Wow.
What
Is
is
it
it,
on
you
you?
people?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
You
When
say
you-
Jew people or you people?
"Jew people."
Oh,
I'm saying Jew
sorry.
people.
You Jews.
I'm saying, why do we
Jews.
talk to Jew people?
That's why we talk to Jew people.
yeah.
Matt, when you opened for Gilbert Godfrey, because I saw him at the Nasty Show at JFL,
Yeah.
it was not just nasty. He talked about pedophilia,
Yeah.
and the whole place went silent.
Oh,
And
really?
I'm
That just
surprised
means the jokes weren't
someone.
funny.
What?
That means the jokes weren't funny.
That could be it too.
Well, he talked about walking his daughter across. It was just in poor taste. I would like we were in shock.
Yeah.
Remember, this is the biggest comedy festival in Canada, and this was one of the shows.
And what show was it?
The Nasty Show.
Well, yeah, but
I know.
But
No,
that's
but
Yeah.
why?
no.
Okay, no, but hey, why is that okay though? I
Well,
thought
that's
if
'cause that's
anything's
what-
black out, anything, and if
It's themed that way.
It's themed
It's
that
nasty.
way. Gilbert Gottfried's already a nasty comic as is.
Yes.
A lot
If
of
you
people
put him
don't
on a
know that
nasty
about
show,
him.
because
Yeah.
people see him on Problem Child, they see him, like Gilbert Gottfried's dirty. That's what he is, and
but even that, you guys just said that's a term you don't use, but yeah.
well, the nasty show, everything goes.
Anything goes.
If
Okay,
it's titled
all
a
right.
nasty show or
Fair
a dark
enough.
comedy
Triple X
festival
or whatever.
Triple
Yeah.
X, then anything goes.
Fair enough.
But at a regular comedy club, then that on a Friday night on a regular show, that joke, those jokes are probably inappropriate.
Yeah, like Artie Lang, you know, that's his thing. You know what to expect when you go up there. I just didn't expect that from Gilbert Gottfried. I don't know. Did he do that when you performed?
Yeah, he did his regular hour, and then he's like, "Okay, stick around. Here comes the dirty stuff." And then people were like, "Yeah!" And then he did another half an hour of very dirty stuff. Like he warned the people. He's like, "Here it comes. This is now the dirty part of the show." And yeah, it destroyed. He got a standing ovation walking up to the stage and then leaving. It was crazy.
Well, at that show, Louis C.K. did a surprise visit.
Oh, cool.
So the place went nuts at that point. Yeah.
What show?
At the Nasty Show, Just for Laughs.
Oh, cool.
Gilbert Gottfried, Jimmy Carr, Artie
cool.
Lang, Mike Ward hosted it. And then all of a sudden, Louis C.K. wanted to workshop material, so he walked out.
Okay, but going back to what Sandra said before about how do we make comedy more popular in Toronto, I think Toronto is just being Toronto.
Yeah, that's possible.
That's like, you know, the Leafs suck because we don't got any star players.
Right, yeah.
But they always want the creme de la creme in the city. I love the city to bits, but I mean, people don't really want to put the time and effort to see your amateur career. When you make it big, you'll sell out Massey Hall. You'll sell out the ACC. But like in LA, comedy culture is huge because you can go to the Laugh Factory, the Comedy Store, and see A-listers for $10 on a Monday night. And that's we got to get that mentality.
Well, there's things that help. Like this show helps. This show helps us.
Yeah.
Like in a bunch of years ago, a show called Video on Trial gave comedy careers to numerous people.
And that was great, man. Yeah.
You know, like this was Eddie Delaceppe, Deborah DiGiovanni, Trevor Boris. Boomer Phillips isn't really a comic; he's a fireman, and he ended up having a comedy career.
He still gets recognized.
Yeah, he still gets recognized. Like Video on Trial is still a draw and a credit.
Yes.
And you know, like I don't understand why Much Music isn't just doing it online because it's such a cheap show to produce.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's a creator.
How about Match Game? Match Game is all comics.
But Match Game is all comics. They need more shows like
ratings
over in England. Panel shows everywhere. Yeah. Comics on panels everywhere.
And they're cheap to produce and they're funny.
Yes. They're cheap to produce
and
they're
free
funny.
content. Like, I mean, we've talked about this and how much I love this. And this is why I ask you to bring a friend. Because you do the heavy lifting. And I just like kind of trying to manage you guys out of the best I can. But, I mean, it's free content for morning radio shows. Yeah. Since the dawn of time, right? You put a comic on, you're in business.
Well, that's the thing is too, is a lot of here's the thing too, like a lot of guys on radio morning shows.
Yes.
They like to be the funny ones. They think they're the funny, and their egos. They won't put their egos aside.
I know.
And let the comics on the show and give them the airtime.
I know.
So, or they're worried about what the comic might say.
Yes.
Because one idiot comic might go on and try to go too far.
Yes.
And ruin it for all the comics.
Well, on this station, John Oakley was a comic himself. He actually was around Montreal when GFL first started. With Jimbo back then, and he has Cam on his morning show. 102.1 The Edge. They're really friendly.
Yeah, they are.
Great stuff with
you know, and now Q107 Afternoon Drive. Maureen Holloway, she was a comic, so like it's getting better.
Yeah.
Really, to give it a I know we do our best here at Chorus, you know, to give it a platform, and I know for me it was really important because I know to get you guys a voice, like.
But even like you look at over in England with the panel shows, though, it's like there's a guy like Stuart Francis over here in Canada. Who's a Yuck Yucks headliner forever, not really doing a whole lot. He did a game show here and the hosting and stuff like that. But then he goes over to England, and then he gets a regular part on Mock the Week, which is their top panel show.
Right.
Now he's an international comedian superstar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now he sells out theaters all throughout Great Britain and
working
Europe.
with Ricky Gervais. And the thing is he's not doing anything different.
Yes.
He's doing the exact same thing over there that he was doing over here.
Yeah.
It's just Canada's like,
there's no platform.
So sad. You know what? And panel shows are great. Like we were with the Green Room at GFL when they do that.
Yeah.
With Paul Provenza. It's a great show.
I love that. That's what I want this to be kind of like. I'm not him, however, but the point of the matter is, look how beautiful that show is. Anytime you can YouTube that, by the way, anybody can.
And if you just get like 5 comics together, it's gonna be funny.
It's gonna be funny.
You're gonna laugh.
It's harder on radio, just so in case anyone's wondering, because on the other end you hear multiple voices, and that's why I was trying to identify you because they don't know who's talking.
Right.
So the more voices, really panels. Even on morning shows, they have a hard time with the politicians and stuff.
Right.
We're actually. One voice may be heavy, like I should have smaller, but I like it this way. I like 3. I think as long as I manage it, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, 6 people would be great, but then...
No, this is a great thing.
For audio.
This is awesome.
No, you guys were great, and we'll keep supporting comics, so contact us on @InsideJoke640. Vince?
Yes, Inside Joke 640 on Twitter, on Instagram. Our Facebook page is Inside Jokes on AM 640.
And tell us who you want to see. Like, you know...
me?
Here.
Oh, no,
Not you. I don't care about you if you haven't figured it out. No, our good listener and viewership this is going to end up being web stream. By the way, we're going to end up having a little YouTube series on this.
Cool.
So, there you go. Lots to come. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.